Good morning students. Welcome to 12th standard physics class. Today topic is current electricity. Unit 2. Current electricity introduction. In unit 1 we studied the properties of charges when it is at rest. In reality, the charges are always moving with the materials. For example, the electrons in a copper wire are never at rest and are continuously in random motion. The motion of charges is called electric current. Current electricity is the study of flow electric charges. Alexandro Volta invented the electric battery which produced the first steady flow of electric current. In this unit, we will study about the electric current, resistance and related phenomena in materials. In this unit, the first topic is electric current. Matter is made up of atoms. Each atom consists of positively charged nucleus with negatively charged electrons moving around the nucleus. Atoms in metals have one or more electrons which are loosely bound to the nucleus. These electrons are called free electrons and can be easily ejected from the atoms. The substance which have an abundance of these free electrons are called conductors. In general, due to this random motion, there is no net transfer of charges from one end of the conductor to other end. When a potential difference is applied by the battery across the ends of conductor, the free electrons trip towards the positive terminal of the battery, producing a net electric current. So, battery or electric cell simply creates potential differences across the conductor. These figures, first one, equal gravitational potential, no water flow. So, equal potential, water is not flow, but low gravitational potential, high gravitational potential, low potential, water flows from high to low. Next picture, A and B are at the same electric potential, so no current. Ends on the A and B, no potential. But A is the higher electric potential than B, so current flows from A to B. The first figure, the battery is not connected, so no current, same potential. But second figure, battery is connected, so higher electric potential than B. A is higher potential than B, so current flows. That's all. The electric current in a conductor is defined as the rate of flow of charges through a given cross-sectional area A. If a net charge Q passes through any cross-section of a conductor in time t, then the current is defined as I is equal to Q by T. But charge flow is not always constant. Hence, current can more generally be defined as I average is equal to del Q by del T, where del Q is the amount of charge that passes through the conductor at any cross section during the time interval del T. So, the SI unit of current is the ampere. Next, conventional current. In an electric circuit, arrowheads are used to indicate the direction of flow of current by convention. This flow in the circuit should be from the positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal. This current is called the conventional current. Simply, current is in the direction in which a positive test charge would move. In typical circuits, the charges that flow are actually electrons from the negative terminal of the battery to the positive. As a result, the flow of electrons and the direction of conventional current points in opposite direction. Mathematically, a transfer of positive charge is the same as the transfer of negative in the opposite direction. This type of current is conventional current. Dots are mentioned free electrons, movement of free electrons. Topic is drift velocity and mobility. Drift velocity is defined as the velocity with which free electrons get drifted towards the positive terminal when an electric field is applied. In a conductor, the charge carries are free electrons. The electrons move freely through the conductor. If there is no electric field, the electrons move in random direction. So, the direction of their velocity are also completely. Suppose a potential difference is set across the conductor by connecting a battery. An electric field E vector is created in the conductor. This electric field gives a force on the electrons. So, F is equal to small e, capital E, producing a current. The electrons are accelerated and in the process they collide with each other and with the positive ions on the conductor. Thus, due to collisions, a backward forces acts on the electrons and they are slowly drifted with a constant average velocity Vd in a direction opposite to the electric field. The mobility is defined as the drift velocity occurred per unit electric field. Unit meter squared velocity per minus 1 second per minus 1. Next topic is microscopic model of current. Consider a conductor with the area of cross section A and an electric field vector E applied from right to left. Suppose there are n electrons per unit volume in the conductor and assume that all the electrons move with same drift velocity Vd. Here construction A, area of cross section of the conductor. From the figure, n number of electrons per unit volume. Vector V drift velocity. Vector E electric field. Dx small distance. Dt small interval of time. Here the drift velocity of the electrons is equal to vector V d. So all the electrons moving one direction. The number of electrons crossing dx at time dt is equal to a dx x n. So dx means that distance. Take any time, the particular time. A is a cross sectional. Okay. Move through a distance dx within a small interval of time. So dx is equal to vd, vector vd dt. Okay. The drift velocity of the electrons we know vd. Okay. The electrons, since A is the area of cross section, A is the area of cross section of the conductor. Now the electrons available in the volume of length dx is volume into number per unit volume. So A dx into n. So dx value q is equal to ne. So A vd dt into n. Okay. The dx from the equation A vd dt into n. Okay. The total charge in volume element dq is equal to ne. Okay. We substitute that value here. dq is equal to, so E into A Vd dt into n. So current I A Vd dt by dt into n. So I is equal to Ne into Vd A. Vd A. This is I current. Next, density J is equal to I by A. So Ne Vd A by A is cross-null section area. J is equal to Ne V vector V d. So J is equal to Ne squared. So Vd is equal to Et by m. So Ne square do E by m. M is mass of the electrons. Mass of the electrons. Okay. J is equal to minus sigma E vector. Minus sigma E vector. But we take the direction of conventional current density as the direction of electric field. So the above equation becomes J vector is equal to minus sigma E, where rho is equal to Ne square dou by m is called conductivity. So conductivity sigma is equal to, So this equation is called microscopic form of Ohm's law. The Ohm's law can be derived from the equation J is equal to sigma E. Consider a segment of wire of length L and cross-sectional area A. When a potential difference V is applied across the wire, a net electric field is created in the wire which constitutes the current. For simplicity, we assume that the electric field is uniform in the entire length of the wire. The potential difference can be written as V is equal to EL. Here, as we know, the magnitude of current density J is equal to sigma E is equal to sigma V by L. Here, I by A is equal to sigma V by L. By rearranging the above equation, we get V is equal to IR. So, R is equal to V by I. From the equation, the resistance is the ratio of potential differences across the given conductor to the current passing through the conductor. So, R is equal to V by I. The first graph, a conductor which obey Ohm's law. The second graph, for a non-ohmic device. It is the next, resistivity. Electrical resistivity of a material is defined as the resistance offered to current flow by a conductor of unit length having unit area of cross section. The next topic is resistors in series. When two or more resistors are connected in end to end, they are said to be in series. The resistors could be simple resistor or bulbs or heating elements or other devices. So figure shows three resistors R1, R2, R3 connected in series. The amount of charge passing through resistor R1 must also pass through resistor R2 and R3, since the charge cannot accumulate anywhere in the circuit. Due to this reason, the current I passing through all the three resistors in the same. According to Ohm's law, if same current pass through different resistors of different values, then the potential difference across each resistor must be different. Let V1, V2 and V3 be the potential difference across each of the resistors R1, R2, R3. An electric circuit may contain a number of resistors which can be connected in different ways. For each type of circuit, we can calculate the equivalent resistance produced by a group of individual resistors. So, 3 connected. So, V is potential difference here. I current flow in direction. Okay. Here R1, R2, R3 both are resistance. Here V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 is V potential difference. In the circuit, V1, V2, V3 potential difference, I current, R1, R2, R3 commonly R ohms. Okay, the value R ohms. So, V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to, in Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Okay. So, V is equal to I R1 plus I R2 plus I R3. Then, V is equal to IRS. IRS means series connection. The resistors are series connection. Okay. Here, RS means equivalent resistance. RS means equivalent resistance. So, RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. R1, R2, R3 commonly called RS. So, when several resistance are connected in series, the total or equivalent resistance V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. So, IR is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. I is commonly cancelled. So R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So V is equal to IRS. So commonly called series connection. That's all. The next topic is resistors in parallel. Resistors are in parallel when they are connected across the same potential difference. In this case, the total current I that leaves the battery is split into three separate paths. Let I1, I2, I3 be the current through the resistors R1, R2, R3 respectively. Due to the conservation of charge, total current in the current circuit I is equal to sum of the currents through each of the three resistors. So, source of EMF, electromotive force V. Here I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 plus I4 like this coming. Since the voltage across each resistor is the same, applying Ohm's law to each resistor, we have I1 is equal to V by R1, I2 is equal to V by R2, I3 is equal to V by R3, I4 is equal to V by R4 like this. So substituting this value in equation, I is equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. V is equal to 1 by R1. We commonly take out V. So 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Okay. So I is equal to V by RP. RP means parallel. So 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R. Here Rp is the equivalent resistance of the parallel combination of the resistor. When a number of resistors are connected in parallel, the sum of the reciprocal of the resistance of the individual resistors is equal to the reciprocal of the effective resistance of the combination. Okay. The next topic is color code for carbon resistor. Carbon resistors consist of ceramic core on which a thin layer of crystalline carbon is deposited. These resistors are inexpensive, stable and compact in size. Color resistors are used to indicate the value of resistance. Some rules are here. The carbon resistor cheaper, stable, small. Next, some colors are given here. Black, brown, red, orange, yellow, like these colors are given. The color code of the carbon resistors. Three color rings are used to indicate the values of resistor. The first two rings are significant figures of resistances. The third ring indicates the decimal multiplier after them. First, decimal multiplier, first digit, second digit, tolerance metallic band. So, 4 are given. Okay. The tolerance resistor 10% or 5%. Then the tolerance is, if there is no fourth ring, so the tolerance is 20%. 20%. For the resistor, green 5, second digit 6 blue, decimal multiplier 10 power 3 orange, and tolerance 5% of gold. Next topic, temperature dependence of resistivity. The resistivity of a material is dependent on temperature. It is experimentally found that for a wide range of temperature, the resistivity of a conductor increases with increase in temperature according to the expression. Okay, from the here rho T is the resistivity of a conductor at T degree Celsius. Rho naught is the resistivity of the conductor at some reference temperature T naught. This diagram is temperature dependence of resistivity for a conductor. Next, so R is equal to RT minus R naught is equal to alpha R naught into T minus T naught. So alpha is equal to 1 by R naught D del R by del T. That's all. Next, temperature dependence resistivity. For semiconductors, the resistivity decreases with increase in temperature. As the temperature increases, more electrons will be liberated from their atoms. Hence, the current increases and therefore the resistivity decreases. A semiconductor with a negative temperature coefficient of resistance is called the thermistor. So, this diagram non-linear region at low temperature. Okay. The next, the typical values of temperature coefficients of various materials are given in this figure. We can understand the temperature depends on resistivity in the following way. So, in the last, we have shown that the electrical conductivity sigma is equal to Ne squared dou by m as the resistivity in inverse of sigma. It can be written as rho is equal to m by Ne square d. Okay. Next, this diagram, resistivity of materials is inversely proportional to the number density of the electrons. Second one, inversely proportional to the average time between the collisions. So, the graph shows that temperature depends on resistivity for a semiconductor. That's all. Okay students, today topic is over. Today's homework. Okay students, I have given you homework 6 questions from this lesson. Students, read and understand the questions and answers and then write the answers 3 times in your classwork note. After writing, send me the answers to my WhatsApp number. Students, watch this video again and again and learn the lesson properly. Okay students, thank you and God bless you all.